भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्या सम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। ओमीश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। समस्तब्रह्मविद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्री वेदव्यास सद्गुरवे नमः। वैशंपायन सद्गुरवे नमः। याज्ञवल्क्य सद्गुरवे नमः। आद्यशंकर सद्गुरवे नमः। अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रुतिमात्रे नमः। चैंटिंग फ्रॉम 10th अनुवाक तैत्तिरीय उपनिषत् शिक्षा वल्ली। भूर्भुवः सुवरिति वा एतास्तिस्रो व्याहृतयः तासामुहस्मै तां चतुर्थीम् महाचमस्यः प्रवेदयते मह इति तद्ब्रह्म स आत्मा अङ्गान्यन्या देवताः भूरिति वा अयं लोकः भुव इत्यन्तरिक्षं सुवरित्यसौ लोकः मह इत्यादित्यः आदित्येन वाव सर्वे लोका महीयन्ते भूरिति वा अग्निः भुव इति वायुः सुवरित्यादित्यः मह इति चन्द्रमाः चन्द्रमसा वाव सर्वाणि ज्योतिगंसि महीयन्ते भूरिति वा रुचः भुव इति सामानि सुवरिति यजोगंसि मह इति ब्रह्मा ब्रह्मणा वाव सर्वे वेदा महीयन्ते भूरिति वै प्राणः भुव इत्यपानः सुवरिति व्यानः मह इत्यन्नम् अन्नेन वाव सर्वे प्राणा महीयन्ते तावा एताश्चतस्रश्चतुर्धा चतस्रश्चतस्रो व्याहृतयः तायो वेद स वेद ब्रह्म सर्वेऽस्मै देवा बलिमा वहन्ति स य एषोऽन्तर्हृदय आकाशः तस्मिन्नयं पुरुषो मनोमयः अमृतो हिरण्मयः अन्तरेण तालुके य एषस्तन इवावलम्बते सेन्द्रयोनिः यत्रासौ केशान्तो विवर्तते व्यपोह्य शीर्षकपाले भूरित्यग्नौ प्रतितिष्ठति भुव इति वायौ सुवरित्यादित्ये मह इति ब्रह्मणि आप्नोति स्वराज्यम् आप्नोति मनसस्पतिं वाक्पतिश्चक्षुष्पतिः श्रोत्रपतिर्विज्ञानपतिः एतत्ततो भवति आकाशशरीरं ब्रह्म सत्यात्मप्राणारामं मन आनन्दं शान्तिसमृद्धममृतम् इति प्राचीनयोग्योपास्व। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ अद श्रीकृष्णयजुर्वेदान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीयारण्यकान्तर्गत तैत्तिरीयोपनिषद ॐ यस्माज्जातं जगत्सर्वं यस्मिन्नेव प्रलीयते येनेदन्धार्यते चैव तस्मै ज्ञानात्मने नमः। यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान् नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहं। तैत्तिरीयकसारस्य मयाचार्यप्रसादतः विस्पष्टार्थरुचीनां हि व्याख्येयं सम्प्रणीयते। ॐ अथ शिक्षावल्ली प्रथमोऽनुवाकः शान्तिमन्त्रः। ॐ शन्नो मित्रः शं वरुणः शन्नो भवत्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पतिः शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः। नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्म वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतो तद्वक्तारमवतो अवतु माम् अवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ अथ चतुर्थोऽनुवाकः ॐ मेधा काम श्री काम प्रार्थनाः ॐ यश्चन्दसां वृषभो विश्वरूपः छन्दोभ्योऽध्यमृतात् सम्भवोव समेन्द्रो मेधया स्पृणोतु अमृतस्य देवधारणो भूयासौ शरीरं मे विचर्षणं जिह्वा मे मधुमत्तमा कर्णाभ्यां भूरिविश्रुवम् ब्रह्मणः कोशोऽसि मेधया विहितः श्रुतं मे गोपाय आवहन्ते वितन्वान कुर्वाणा चिरमात्मनः वासागंसि मम गावश्च अन्नपाने च सर्वदा ततो मे श्रियमावह लोमशां पशुभिः सह स्वाहा आमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिणः स्वाहा विमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिणः स्वाहा प्रमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिणः स्वाहा दमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिणः स्वाहा शमायन्तु ब्रह्मचारिणः स्वाहा यशोजने सानि स्वाहा श्रेयान्वस्य सोसानि स्वाहा तन्त्वाभगप्रविशानि स्वाहा समाभगप्रविश स्वाहा तस्मिन् सहस्रशाखे निभगाहन्त्वयि मृजे स्वाहा यथा पप्रवतायन्ते यथा मासा अहर्जरम् एवं मां ब्रह्मचारिणः धातरायन्तु सर्वतः स्वाहा प्रतिवेशोऽसि प्रमापाहि प्रमापद्यस्व ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. Salutations to the entire Guru Parampara, Rishi Parampara, Brahma Vidya Acharya Parampara, Shri Vedavyasa, Shri Vaishambhayana, Shri Yajnavalkya, Shri Adi Shankara, Adi Gurus, who are the main Gurus for our this Upanishad. Also we salute Shruti Mata to reveal to us the knowledge hidden in the treasure of these Shastras. Now, any achievement depends on these 4-5 things. First is what you want to achieve. The thing itself is so sublime, so deep, so far away. First thing is the object of achievements itself is the one reason. To say is our achievement is quicker, easier or tough. Second thing is the way that object is presented. How is it? Where is it? What is it? Third is the difficulty in the process to procure the object. Fourth one is the efforts put by us. Always. Fourth one is the efforts put by us. The fifth one is what exactly we are in our abilities, talents, capacities. So, what exactly we are in our abilities and talents, capacities, positions, good or bad. Second is what the efforts we put in. Third one is what is the difficulty of the process. Fourth is where is that goal that is placed. Fifth is what exactly is that goal. No, two examples. One is one example and one is main theme. We want to mount Mount Kailash or we want to mount the Everest, Kanchenjunga. Now, the achievement of climbing the Mount Kanchenjunga depends on all these 5. First of all, it is the peak of the Kanchenjunga mountain is around 8,848 meters. Everest और उससे इधर उधर थोड़ा ये है. That itself decides your achievement, success. Second is what? It is placed in the coldest Himalayan ranges. Where is it placed? What it is? It is a peak, topmost mountain, where it is placed in this coldest terrain of the Himalayan ranges. Third one is the process involved to reach to that summit. Is it not? It's not that any train is there for their flight is there और ऐसा कुछ नहीं. आपको वो डिफिकल्ट पाथ में वो रोप वगैरह डालते हुए उसको पकड़ते हुए then protecting from the snow fallings as well as getting caught up snow, you have to with the help of the rope with all the instruments, we have to climb it. Then your efforts, including your own earlier training, how much training you have got, and all the inner your convictions, etc. With all that, you have to put the effort at every step. It is so tough to climb such mountains, but some of them climb because they are prepared in all these ways. More important than all these four is what exactly we are, both at the physical, psychological level. At the physical level, we are very thin and lean, weak, or diseased. You can't even imagine to go near that. Or we are very fat, fatty, so heavy in our body that 300 kgs, 200. What I am at the physical level is a very important topic, aspect to reach to the goal. A heavy fellow, he can't even walk at home. First floor, he cannot climb. You think he can climb that? Is it not? At the mind level, disinterested, cranky, lazy, with all these non-positive qualities, at every moment of difficulty, he will be frustrated only. He only will think of giving up. He only will curse himself. Why did I take up this project? He will fight with the other co-mountaineers. He will fight with the staff there or people who are training. He will never achieve it if his mind is so. If the intellect is no clarity, dull-witted, so the dull-witted intellect, distracted mind, physical inabilities, if personally we have these, it won't help us in achieving that mountain climbing. So these should be intact. Then we must know all the process clearly intellectually. Then we must be ready to walk on the path, how much ever difficult it is. And it is difficulty, definitely difficult it is. And keep on doing, one day we reach. Why we took this introduction today is what project we have taken up of experiencing Brahma Tattva for Mukti is much more difficult than climbing the topmost mountain of the world. Because they're all at the outer grosser physical level. This inner subtler level. The Brahmanubhuti, Atmanubhuti is the goal aimed. One thing, it is like the highest peak or mountain. And second is, where is it? It is in the peakest, in the coldest region, means in the deepest cave of our heart. Except the physical heart, about the spiritual inner heart. We might have heard about it. Like we have heard that in Himalaya, this Kanchenjunga is there, Everest. But no going there anytime. So too, we have heard that is a spiritual core of heart in which Paramatma is hidden. Tatraviharam Gaganam Vishoka. But then gaye nahi wahan. Okay. And the process of reaching or the path to reach is it what? Not less than the study of Upanishads with Bhashyam, which are so tough, difficult. What we are undertaking, I am trying to explain just to give an idea. Ki the effort itself is so great when it is continued. If not today, some other day, the result will come. Because we must know what we are doing. Is it worthy or not? Else we lose interest and we go somewhere else. And going anywhere is so easier compared to this. That's what we are trying to analyze. Study of Veda Mantra, where the language itself is not known to us, even the Sanskrit Pandits also cannot understand the implications of Veda Mantras unless Shruti Mata and the Guru Parampara and the Parabrahma himself blesses. That too with lot of their upasana. Knowing Sanskrit doesn't mean but no Shastra. Many jnanis don't know Sanskrit. And many those who know Sanskrit, they are not jnanis. So anyway, point is, it is the Veda Upanishad mantras on that Bhagavan's Bhashya, and of that we have to do the Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam regularly. This is the path by which we enter into the cave of our heart, in which that Atma Anubhava is there. Like through various means, modes, you go up to the Himalayan foothills, and from there you keep on climbing till you reach the summit. Okay. Now the last two things are, what are the abilities, talents we have? Before that, our efforts. Efforts, let us talk about. Efforts are very crucial. The one with all abilities, talents, yet doesn't put effort will reach nowhere. A person with minimum abilities, talents, yet putting effort, at least little he will reach. Because effort always gives a result. How much are our efforts in this study of Upanishads? For you and me, are they sufficient? Can they be improved upon? Is it not? The more difficult is the path, the more efforts you have to put to. Is it not? To climb the mountain, it is not like walking on the plain. The efforts to be put are different there. Yesterday I was seeing that animals, they want the rock salt. How they were climbing that straight rock, such a height. क्योंकि उनको चाहिए वो खाना अपने पेट के लिए, वो सॉल्ट सिर्फ राख में होता है. They are climbing all this भेड़ बकरी. It's so funny. You and I cannot climb a wall. क्या 2 फुट भी नहीं हो सकता हमको. So main point is what? Efforts are so crucial. The tougher or the greater the goal we want to achieve, the tougher would be the path, therefore the greater must be the efforts. And remove once for all from the life that without effort I want to achieve something. And put in the heart once for all life that anything to achieve, it requires its own due efforts to be put. ये वाला पक्का होना चाहिए. Then also, if you don't want to put effort, understand that you will not get it. Leave that goal. And if you want to achieve, convinced that I have to go through all those toughness and I have to put the efforts. The efforts both of internal and external in the spiritual sadhana. The external efforts of approaching the guru, approaching the class, spending sufficient time with all. Then the internal efforts of listening carefully. Then coming back home, doing the due homework. All of that are the efforts that are required. नहीं तो होगा नहीं वो. Then remember, in these efforts and walking the path, if we can manage, just like the mountain can be climbed, so too the cave of the heart we can reach and discover the self. For everyone, anyone. Now, more important in these four aspects of the what is the goal, which place it is placed, what is the path, and what are my efforts. Fifth one is what is my position. Like in that example of mountaineering, the position of this person's outer body and inner mana intellect. The diluted intellect, distracted mind, the lazy body, heavy body, it cannot even start. Now, among all the 5 points, this is more crucial. What are we outside and inside? At all the three levels, inside in the Manabuddhi level, at the body level, and outside our Vyavahara. How crucial they are. If we are not minding them, first step also we can't put towards spirituality. Truly, we can do all gymnastics, we can do all types of cycling with the cycle on the stand, but reaching nowhere. Like that mountain example, our body also. For us also, the body, the laziness of the body, the lethargy of the body, the heaviness of the body. With all that, can we sit for the class for a long time and do listen to class or do our study or meditation? We can't neglect that. That is why Shariram Me Vicharshanam was said there. And all of that he put in one sentence, Bhashyakara Yogyam Bhavatu. Then all our, how is the outer Vyavahara? Be attentive. Still we are caught up in so many things and beings. We are taking that thing so lightly, proving that how much stupid we are. That all our outer Vyavahara alone decides our inner mind, thereafter our sadhana. This topic we are forgetting only completely. So much vigorously, be attentive, when we are involving in the world with things and beings, how much of the impressions and disturbances happen in the mind with every interaction with anything or the being, the mind is disturbed, impressions are created. Means the layers covering the Atma Paramatma are made thickened only more and more. So a question I ask to myself and you ask, ki on the name of sadhana or in the field of sadhana, are we making the sadhana happen easier or are we making it more difficult? ताला खोलने के बजाय उसको और एक बार ताला डाल दिया मानो, व्हाट डू वी कॉल हिम? Sometimes you try to pick up something from some lower level. In your effort to pick it up, instead of coming it in the hand, it falls further down that you can't even reach only. Do you remember that example? निकालने गए और पकड़ में आए और फिसल गए हो. If you understand that example, for the knowledge of self, where we have to remove all the layers of vasanas and all, if that being the sadhana, with our involvement in the world, we are adding more and more layers only. Are we aware of that? Any program we go out, any people we attend, time is wasted, mind is distracted, impressions are created, energy is gone, reactions happen, vasanas come out and new things are formed. How much sensitively careful we have to be to reach to this. Like that mountaineering person, correct proteins, vitamins, exactly quantity they take. They keep their body so fit and agile that they are able to climb. So too, anything other than their goal of reaching, no other thing is allowed for them to involve in outside. नहीं तो सब डिस्टर्ब करेगा. यू कैन सी ऑल दोज पीपल आर्मी में हर जगह पे किसी कोई बात ही नहीं करते अननेसेसरी. टू मच इन्वॉल्वमेंट विल डिस्ट्रैक्ट देम. हाँ, देर इज अ टाइम ऑफ रिलैक्सेशन वन द प्रोजेक्ट इज अचीव्ड, ए पार्टी, ए सेलिब्रेशन, वो बाद में. दैट ऑल्सो टिल द न्यू गोल और प्रोजेक्ट इज टेकन अप. But once the project is taken up, everybody is seriously, sincerely involved in that, in the sense, no other thing they are involved in. So, what is the point discussed here? At present, how we are in our outer vyavahara. So many ashanas, so much of running, so much of thing, so much of duty orientation, obligation orientation, emotion, relation orientation. Each of them are making us run into the world. And so many unwanted things made as wanted. We have to be careful, we have to manage it. If you want to aim at that higher, which is deeper, Avrita Chakshu we have to become. There's no way. And that day when we decide and start becoming Avrita Chakshu, then only we start traveling inside, then only the glimpses will come. That then can be right now, that day can be, that can be after 10,000 lives. It is same for everyone, choice is their own, for us also. Then the most important third one, as we talked about that mountaineering person, for us also, how is our inner personality? Body we talked about. Outer Vyavahara we understood. Our own inner equipment, How much is the tamoguna in the antakarana? How much of rajoguna in the antakarana? Where is the sattva? Sattva of the strong desire to know the truth. Sattva of the readiness to study and all. Sattva of the full shraddha. Sattva that the inspiration that I must do and I must achieve. Very less. Casually the mind goes for desires. Casually, effortlessly the mind says, और 2 घंटे सो जाओ और ये देखो वहाँ जाओ. These are all inner personality. Now, with this inner personality, which is totally world oriented, do we think our spiritual projects will become successful? That needs so much of complete dedication, willingness, effort. Even then, also, so many tests are done en route. Only after passing in all those tests, we are given the entry into that experience. So, अब देखो तुम्हारा मन कितना, each one right now, close the eyes like I am closing my eyes and looking at my mind. It is in the mudha avastha, it is in the kshipta avastha, it is in the vikshipta avastha only. It is not at all in the ekagra bhumika. Now, if I don't train myself to be in that ekagrata of single pointedness, if I don't train myself to be in that purity, if I don't train myself to becoming subtle, how do we think that we can do this inner journey? No, minding all of them is called sadhana. Without knowing all, without doing this, our spiritual journey is only in imagination. That's why, because of lack of all this information, people out of enthusiasm they do for some time. Thereafter they say, "वहाँ कुछ नहीं है, मैं गया हूँ, बेकार है, nothing in the spirituality. World alone is wonderful. Chalo, let us enjoy." Their inner failure to recognize all this, inner failure to maintain themselves and manage themselves in all these things, they justify themselves by saying that there is nothing. They come back to them. That's why millions try, like in the marathon race. 10,000 will run, but within a half kilometer, you will see 1,000 only remain. If it's a 10-kilometer race, at the ninth kilometer, you will see only 20 people. लास्ट 100 मीटर तो 4-5 ही होते हैं बस 10. No, it is not in comparison with others that this, the example is given. Example given is only few are the ones who, till they reach the point, they consistently work, putting the required efforts. Required efforts are same to all. Others could not put, they stopped. They could put, they reached. Now, our position. Should we therefore continue this tough, difficult journey, knowing all the difficulties that are involved in it, knowing all the practices, sacrifices we have to do, and keep on doing and reach the summit peak, or should we go back into the world and worldliness? Now, to decide, only one thing Shruti Mata says, in giving up that goal and you take up any other easily achievable goal, none of them can give you the permanency, the liberation, the infinite joy. This summit peak of Atmanubhuti, whether it is possible in 2 lives or 2000 lives, if we reach there, there is no coming back, there is no greater achievement than that, and it is all freedom, all infinitude, all blissful. The promised result is the only one which will inspire us to go towards it. Here, the path is tough, but the goal reached is ultimate. In all this Prayo Marga, the path is easy, but the goal reached is empty. If one can become subtle enough to discriminate between these two things this way, then he can decide that yes, it is so tough, it may consume lot of time, thousands of lives it may take, but that being ultimate, even though I walk in every life few steps only, but I take up this path only. He is called spiritual seeker. After which he should never compromise. He may stop for some time, he may go very slow, but he never forgets the goal, he never forgets the path. He never takes another thing as the goal, he will not go in that path which is opposite to this. That care we have to take. So you and I, if you say that from 2 years so many Upanishads we studied, nothing happened, means nothing will happen. Because of this thing 1, thing 2, thing 3, which are in our hands, 4 and 5, it is there. Atma is very sublime, it is in the deep cave of the heart. That is difficult terrain or the place to reach. The other things which are in our hand, which are tough, which have to make easier. The traveling in that path to Shravanamananam Nididhyasanam. For that, our own abilities, faculties which we have, more than that, what is our position now? Our position is still so much with so many other things. And remember, one good thought is what? Ki, even though we have moved not even an inch toward the self, but in this process, to a great extent, we purified ourselves. We have developed respect, reverence to the Shruti Mata. We developed respect for this goal. दूरी है हम, लेकिन हमारा रेस्पेक्ट उसके लिए बढ़ा. More important in this is one, little self-respect grown because we tried. Many never imagined that they can even try. Some tried, but they could not continue. But we have continued trying, not achieving. That continuation in the effort or the try itself is a great achievement. Even though no, not even little bit we have moved ahead. लेकिन ना सर्दियों में ना स्कूटर जो है ना स्टार्ट नहीं होता है इंजन किक वाले नॉट द सेल्फ स्टार्टर ऑफ द मॉडर्न टाइम अर्लियर ईयर्स तो वी हैड ओनली किक मार मार के थक जाते थे आफ्टर सो मच आउट ट्राई देन स्लोली इट गेट्स हीटेड अप देन इट गेट्स स्टार्टेड एवरी डे वाज द इश्यू देयर वाज सम विंटर में रात को लगा दिया ठंडा हो गया सुबह 10 मिनट किक मारते रहना पड़ेगा देन इट विल स्टार्ट नो सेल्फ स्टार्टर इवन नाउ इन बैटरी गेट्स जीरोड धक्का दे के स्टार्ट करते थे धक्का देने में गर्म हो जाता वो धीरे धीरे ऑन करते हुए इस चीज में आधा किलोमीटर वी हैव पुश्ड टू व्हीलर्स in between they try to start kick. What I am trying to say is the applaudable, the congratulations givable thought is that we are trying, we are good, we are having faith in Shastra, our egos are not so strong. Our disliking for the Shastra is not so bad like so many have or we had earlier. Our simplicity, our feeling that कोशिश करके देखते हैं. This is such a beautiful thought. देखो the highest thing is what? कोशिश करके देखेंगे जाएगा तो क्या जाएगा प्राणी तो जाएंगे वो तो anyway जाएंगे जब जा रहे हैं तो कुछ कोशिश करते हुए जा रहे हैं तो अच्छी बात है. This is how an army person, this is a person in the world should think. I am trying, putting my efforts for serving the nation in the army or anywhere. Anyway, I will die even without doing anything. But when I am dying while doing something, that is worth of congratulation. Here also, I am trying. Whether I achieve or not, my success is in putting my effort. And see that divine Lord, Gurus are looking at us. They are looking our simplicity, our innocence, our desire to know the truth, our struggle. लेकिन कभी छोटे बच्चे कुछ बड़े काम करने की कोशिश करते हैं. They don't know that they can't achieve because they are not capable. And you and I looking from far distance, we know इससे नहीं होगा, then we go and help. He may be lifting a load of 10 kgs. उससे होगा नहीं, वो 1 किलो उठा नहीं सकता, और कोशिश कर रहा है वो. Or something of that, some pushing he wanted to do. You know that advertisement which has become famous 8-10 years back. That heavy rain, then big log of tree fell on the road. उस तरफ इस तरफ 200 लोग खड़े हो गए. All the stupid fellows were doing nothing. One school going child got up, he started pushing. All children come, they start pushing. Looking at them, these youth and stupids earlier, they were there. They all got inspired and सब आकर धक्का लगाए तो they removed the obstacle, the traffic went more smooth. What a very inspiring story it was. For us, in that story, the lesson is the small children when they were pushing, which is impossible. It's not what I paid, but their effort made all other youngsters, elders realize and come. In the same way, our simple innocent efforts make the God and Guru turn their attention towards us. If not today, tomorrow, if not tomorrow, day after, if not day after, at least next life, not next 100 lives after at least, they will become kind, compassionate towards us. The moment their attention, kindness, compassion is on us, all their powers they pour on us. The moment their divine grace through their power comes to us, every difficulty goes away, every effort becomes easier, and the result also starts happening. Till the moment we are taken into confidence by Guru and God, and we are blessed by them, for the path and journey to become easier, we have to invoke their grace. Whether we are successful or not, we have to keep on putting the efforts. Underline this word. Keep on putting the efforts. And Puja Gurudev's words, victory is not in the trophy won, but it is in the race run. The victory is never in achieving the goal. Goal is obvious. The victory is in putting the efforts. When the efforts are put, how किसको क्या हिम्मत है बताओ और रिजल्ट आने से रोकने में. Success is always in putting effort, never in reaching it. Because reaching is an imaginary thing. It can never be unless we put effort in the due path. Because success is in walking, not reaching. Reaching is obvious when you walk. All of us will worry more about the reaching rather than walking. Intelligent are the ones who understand, let me walk, one day I will reach. And mind you, when I walk, I may reach after 10 million lives. But if I don't walk, never reach one. So remember, reaching after 10 million lives itself is greater than never reaching. अगर 10 million lives will pass. It doesn't matter. वो चलता रहेगा, time तो रुकता नहीं. Like this life is almost coming to an end. Like that, so many came and ended. It will go on happening. The 10 millionth life will come. It will be over. You reach it. If we are putting effort. Therefore, success is in putting the effort. So, you and I, come what may, whether the thought comes from within or the people say from outside, okay, 2 years every day you are attending, no change at all is happening, don't worry. Don't feel bad. It is like that only. And they don't understand what we are aiming at, how difficult it is at every single moment. Only one sentence, as Kathopanishad says, it is Kshurasya Dhara. It is a razor edges path. I told you, razor edges path doesn't mean that it will cut your feet. The meaning is to walk on the razor edge. How much conscious, careful we have to be. That is the meaning of that example. That is the only path available. If you imbalance yourself, you will either fall down somewhere else away from the path, or the path itself will cut the feet because it's a razor's edge. In the same way, the spiritual path of consistently keeping the goal in mind, consistently keeping the sadhana in mind, consistently doing it and preparing for it. Every moment is so tough to the person who has understood everything. We are even at the non-understanding level only. Every air we take inside, every cup of water we take or tea, coffee, every food we take, even little, has its own influence on our sadhana. Depending on its quantity, depending on its quality of rajas and tamas and sattva. Are we taking care of any one of them? First of all, are we aware of it? Without all these awareness, do you think the antakarana will be maintained always in sattva guna? Without that continuous sattva guna maintenance, do we think we can do every japa? Pakka? Every upasana, we are doing japa, upasana, but not pakka. Remember, we are only calculating the account of it. I am doing 5 mala japa every day. I am not doing japa perfectly. We are only aiming at the account, not the perfection in that. Like I am doing class, that is only accounting. Every day I am doing class, I am going ahead in like 1 or 2 mantra. But how much perfection in that? How much involvement in that? Are we doing it the way it is expected? Unless one becomes so sensible and sensitive about every step that way, that he cannot ensure that he is on the path moving ahead. Otherwise, it's a stagnation. Who knows all this? People do think they know it. Even the people who study शास्त्र, they're only worrying, मैं इतना पढ़ रहा हूँ कुछ नहीं हो रहा है. अरे शास्त्र पढ़ने से नहीं होता बुद्धू. Inside how you are changing yourself, how you are minding your personality. The upadhis, if they are not understood, if they are not mastered, if they are not rightly tuned and put in right direction later on, if they are not transcended, how do you think you can move ahead? Especially this path of Brahmajnana. These 2.5 years should give us this thinking, miles to go before we rest. And once we are set on the, this is called me being setting on the path, where we come regularly to class, listen. This itself is a great achievement. I really appreciate you. Then, depending on your interest and time, take the book at home, do the Parayanam, see the meaning of it, study the Bhashya, then try to feel the meaning of it, make it deeper in your knowledge. Making it as knowledge deeply is a very tough, difficult path that requires different personality and effort. I don't have that in my this life. I'm only a speaker now. To feel the knowledge and to make the knowledge go deep in us so that it starts working itself. You understand? That level we have to reach to. That is not scholarship I'm talking. A scholarly person's scholarship. No, it is something different. ये डीप इंक्लिनेशन कि ये ज्ञान मेरा हो जाए, उस ज्ञान के द्वारा मैं मुक्त हो जाऊं, दैट डीप फीलिंग which calls for our sacrifice of everything else. Sacrifice everything else means the desire for sacrifice of everything. और कुछ नहीं है मुझे सिवाय वाला, ये लो इसके सिवा कुछ नहीं चाहिए, कुछ नहीं चाहिए, कुछ नहीं, यही चाहिए, यही चाहिए. The spirit of Nachiketa, the spirit of Prahlada. They are those. And what we spoke today in our own language is what we studied from last 1 month when we spoke about me daya pitaha shutam me gopaya kana jiva me madhumattama karnabhyam bhuri vishruham brahmana koshosi. Sharira mein vicharshnam jiva mein madhuma. All that, that's what we studied in technical Shuddha Sanskrit Bhasha as per Vedanta, Veda Shastra, Upanishad. Same thing we discussed in our language. When you study the Shastra, लगता है समझ में नहीं आया because that language is not known. But when it is explained in this way, something we feel like, अरे सही बात है बाबा. अब ऐसा कहने के बाद नहीं समझे मतलब I can't help it. I may be a failure in not able to communicate properly. See, medhaya smranotu. Let me remember the goal all the time. Amritasya devadharana bhuyasam. Is it not? Let me have that feeling to reach the truth. Let the body cooperate. Let the tongue cooperate. Let the ears cooperate. Let laukika prajna be devalued by me. You know, the two ways of devaluing laukika prajna are one. Minimum which is required, we have to involve in the world. Minimum means minimum. Little extra add karo, then laukika prajna will get on added, which becomes an obstruction for the spiritual knowledge. Second is what? Even that minimum involvement ke baad, when you are on your class or puja upasana, the ability to pack all, even that minimum involved thing, packed up and kept away, telling that till my sadhana is over, I am not concerned about it. This is the second way of avoiding the pihitatvam achadanam by the medha, the laukika prajna. which is so difficult, easy to understand theoretically. You have to do the practice of it for few years. Remember, every sadhana, viveka, vairagya, each of them require 5 to 6 years practice. तभी जाकर होएंगे वो. It is not doing it one day, not doing other day. Spirituality ये नहीं होता. Spirituality is establishing in that once for all. परसों था मेरे को विवेक, कल नहीं हुआ है, पर आज आ गया, अरे बाबा वेरी गुड, फिर कल पता नहीं जाएगा मेरा विवेक. It is not like that. Always I am clear about Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. Evam Rupo Vinishaya Soyam Nitya Nitya Vastu Vivekaha. So do Vairagya. Not Vairagya because of some other temporary reasons. Vairagya is पक्का पक्का होने के लिए टाइम लगता है, टाइम देना पड़ता है. So to Shamadama, not one day upavasa that I control my indriyas. अरे बाबा वो शाश्वत रूप में होना है वैसे हो. The Shama, controlled mind one day. Many times, even without our own efforts, any mind is found to be peaceful, quiet, calm, controlled. Because earlier Punya done, some passing Guru blessed. But the other day, we know how tyrannical it is. So those 5 6 years to quieten the mind. Then few years to go to the Guru and serve him and get tuned to him. That's most difficult thing. Liking the Guru is different. Human dislike also one day. Trying to please the Guru by external service is different. All these are gross ones. At least one, Guru is Parabrahma Sarupa. By all costs and means, even if I die or killed by the Guru, I am not going to leave this Guru. I am with him and with all my surrender, without any questions. And whatever he teaches or tells me, I do that. This tuning of total surrender is tuning to the Guru. Then only he will be willing to teach us all the Mahavakyas and all that. वेदांत सुनाएंगे तभी, नहीं तो नहीं. Even if सुनाएंगे तो हम नहीं सुनेंगे because our minds are not tuned. You can see a guru when they are doing some talk speaking. You can observe the 10 of the disciples. Some disciples don't listen only. One or two get laughing and they laugh when the guru cracks the jokes. Some people are focusing on कि guru needs water और guru के लिए वो चाहिए और after class is over there we have to go try. They think about only one or two are those who keenly observing every word uttered by the guru, even if it is an informal session. He want to grasp something from it, catch something from it, because he is so deeply tuned to the guru. He knows that guru is directly talking to them but indirectly addressing me. He is addressing me. Like Shankara Bhagavan was looking at the old man, addressing the young, talking to the disciples, but addressing the old man only. Samprapte samprapna sanite kale nahi rakshati dukrum karne. As per story, we say that he spoke this to the youngsters. Though he spoke to them, but he aimed at that old man. Bhaiya, aap angsu chhod, bas govindhankar jo hoga dekha jayega. He was addressing the children, but aiming at the old man. This disciple also knows that Guru is speaking in general, but he is teaching me only. And such disciples never trouble the Guru by asking anything in front, but get every direction indirectly by catching what is Guru trying to teach. That Guru Shishya Sambandha is the highest order. Only next to that Dakshinamurti and his disciples. That in that level, the Guru is 24 hours aware of his disciple. So to the disciple aware of the Guru. Like Rama, 24 घंटे aware of Sita. Sita, 24 घंटे aware of Rama. They are thousands of kilometers apart. These are the higher levels. When we reach to that, this is an elaboration of what I said, tuning to the Guru, Guru Upasadhanam. Each of them have its own value importance. Okay. Now today we try to just say that what we are doing is toward the highest goal. It requires its own effort, etc. We can't give up early. We can't even expect it. That it should happen quickly, and giving it up and going somewhere is now good, not advisable. Invoke the grace of God and Guru through these prayers, and little by little improve your own efforts. More importantly, our personality we have to make sattvic. You know what? Yesterday we studied about Pururava. Exactly that we have to do. 100% what he did, we have to do. Only one difference. For him, he was lost in Urvashi. We have to get lost in our Shastra Dhenam and meditation. Other than these two, everything is same. He did not become aware of when sun was rising, setting, how the days were passing, months were passing, years were passing. Aho me moha vistara kama kashmala chetasaha devya guruita kantasya. You know, all the days have gone. Same should happen to us. The Shruti Mata is holding our throat. You know, we have closed the doors, no awareness of day and night, continuously studying the Shastra, doing Chintana Manam every word. If you can come to that level, try to do that. Try करते हैं ये हफ्ता. Today is 20th to 30th June, 10 days, 11 days. Other than class, all doors closed. Sit inside. Sit inside, don't put on TV and all. One. Even cell phone, status में लगा दो. Busy for 10 days. All safe. I am alive. Is it not? People will know when you put it in status. Then look into your own self. Do inner sadhana. तब जाकर चलेगा पता दोनों कि हाउ डिफिकल्ट इट इज, वेयर डू वी स्टैंड, हाउ मेनी पुट एफर्ट्स वी हैव टू पुट, देन वी विल नो इट. दिस इज कॉल्ड tapasya. Okay, somehow today Gurudev told to rethink of what is being done so far, what is to be done further. The further is same thing, little more deeply, intensely. Prayer should be deep intense, Shravanam should be deep intense, Manam should be deep intense, avoiding all the Laukika Prajna also deep intense. A little more. May not be so well as tomorrow, but a little better than yesterday. Should be our sadhana today. Clear? Okay. अब आ जाओ मंत्र में. Which mantra, what we are chanting? Swamiji, you took me as to some other place only. आ जाओ आप बस. Fourth Anuvaka in the Sri Kamana, we have yesterday seen these most divine, beautiful mantras of Amayantu, Vimayantu, Pramayantu, Damayantu, Shamayantu, Brahmacharina Swaha. Okay, then Yasho Jane Sani Swaha. Yashaha Yashasvi Janane Janasamuhe Asani Bhavani. So Janasahamuha mein main yashasvi banu. May become famous among the people, and famous only when we do great things, when we are love, kind, compassionate, helpful, cooperating, serving. All that is said without saying, understood. Then Shreyan Vasya Saha Asani. You know, I am Shreyan. Prashasyaha Prashasya Taraha. May I become better than the best in my all riches. That was exhaustively discussed yesterday. Vasyasaha means the place to stay, the dress to be worn, the ornaments to be worn, as well as the variety of the wealths. In all these four meanings for the word Vasya, I must be Shreyana, better than best in the whole world. There is nobody higher than me. Everybody is second only. Shreyan Vasya Sosha. Then the next two ones are most important. This is the difference between the upasanas in the Veda mantras and the upasanas in the Purana mantras. in the Purana practice. This is the main crucial difference. What is the crucial difference? In the Veda mantra, also the upasanas are taught, in which the Medha is desired and Shri is desired. But both of them are never aimed at as the goal. The concluding goal, vehemently, undoubtedly, crystal clearly, pakka in the Veda Kala, at the level of the Upanishads is what? Bhagavan, all said and done, whatever I asked, you gave me. I'm so happy, thankful to you. But what I ultimately want as the real wealth are last two. These are the two things miss in all the Dvaita Upasanas, in all the Pauranic Upasanas, in all the hundreds and thousands of pujas we do at our own home or in temple or anywhere. We miss them 100%. That makes difference between those upasanas and the upasana Veda mantra. And what are the two last things? Tantva bhaga pravishani swaha samabhaga pravisha swaha. These two mantras make all difference between Vedic upasana and Laukik upasana or the Pauranic upasana. The Vedic upasana concludes with these two desires and efforts and achievements. What are they? Tanpa bhaga pravishani swaha. Hey Bhaga, O Lord, tam that great you, twa to you, pravishani, may I enter into you. Not enough. Samabhaga pravisha swaha. Such you enter me. Not enough. Shankara Bhagavan comes and tells, may we thus become one without second. अब बताओ, from last 70 years you were doing so many pujas, going to so many temples. In how many temples and pujas either pujari told you or you thought of that ultimately I must merge in the Lord, Lord must merge in me, and we must become one without second? No. Because it is possible only when one listens to Vedanta, in which Brahmatmaikya Bodha is the only ultimate goal to reach, which gives mukti. If this knowledge is not there, this prayer will not come. Then what prayer will come and what will be the attitude? Let the Lord remain there. I remain here. He has got all the powers and love to bless me, and I do all the upasana. I do upasana and ask Him, and He gives me so many things of the world. I enjoy, indulge in them. While doing so, if I do any mistake, some papa will come to me and I suffer, and I again beg Him to forgive me so that the dukkha is not given. In all, He is only a means for my being worldly. Other than that, I am always away from Him. Other than Him, He is different, made different. Every upasana talks this only. See the difference? जाके आपने क्या किया आज सुबह पूजा रूम में? नमस्कार करके भगवान ये दे दो, वो दे दो. We may even ask, let me understand Shastras, let me noble, let me have all good values, all. But they're all lower prayers only, lesser prayers only. Comparing to this ultimate prayer, that may I enter into you. This may I enter into you is like ready to give up every individuality. Like the river is ready to enter into ocean. So do you enter into me. Thus we become one. That's what Bhagavan's Bhashya we see. Ki kimcha tamcha kimcha tam. Tam, who are you? Brahmana kosha bhutam. You are the kosha of the Brahma, O Omkara, because prayer is addressed to Omkara, not to Brahma Tattva. Brahma Tattva ही ओंकार रूप में है, but receiver of prayer is Omkara. With Brahma you can't talk, you only can experience him as your own self ultimately. So tam Brahmana kosham tva हे भगवान हे पूजावन means worship worthy pravishani, may I enter into you. What is the meaning of pravishani? Pravishya cha ananyaha tvad atma eva bhavani iti artha. My entry into you is in such a way that the anyata between you and me is gone. In sense, my atma, your atma become one. That is the main word. Tvadatma eva bhavanityartaha. May I become one with yourself. That ananyata I am praying. When I am saying, when I want to enter into you, bless me to enter you. He Bhaga, Tva Pravishani. No, this Jiva again, if he doesn't enter into Brahma, he will enter into only Panchakoshas and Panchamahabhuta created world, only to back to samsara. Now, in this prayer, not only the Mukti Hetu ultimate goal is sought, but this is the only way to protect from the worldness. How can the river protect itself from all its boulders, troubles, disturbances in between? Only when it become one with the ocean and loses its individuality. है जब तक इंडिविजुअल तो उसको परेशानियां होंगे. In that asking to become ananya with the Lord, that seeker understood that remaining anya from the Lord, remaining limited, he will always be persecuted by problem. Therefore, may I enter into you, become ananya with you, may your Atma become me, my Atma becomes you. In fact, the entire Meda Sri Kamana is done for this only. And the other thing to ensure this one, Sahatvam api Mam He Bhaga Bhagwan Pravisha. And you also enter me. Are Baba, I enter you, you enter me. What are you talking? Avayoho ekatvam astu. Let there be oneness of you and me. The 10th chapter. I am in everything. 11th chapter. Everything is in me. What is the meaning? I alone am everything. Ekatvam astu. That is the goal of Upanishad. Not asking for गाय बस गधे भेड़ बकरी दे दो पैसे दे दो फेमस बनाओ तालियां बजाओ. रोड पे जो जिम्नास्टिक करते हैं उनके लिए भी लोग ताली बजाते हैं. If that is the prayer, it cannot be Upanishad. Upanishad means it cannot pray ultimately anything other than Brahma Atma Ekatva. This is not there in all other Upasanas prayers. Give me Swarga Sukha, give me Sukha Bhoga of this world, remove all the problems, make me famous, make me rich. All asked, but make me one with you. May you become one with me. May we become one with our second. This is not allowed to be spoken even by the gurus of the so-called upasana. वो हमेशा उनके वक्तव्य में ये बात आता ही नहीं है और करेज होता ही नहीं है कि वी कैन बिकम वन विथ गॉड. How can we do one? He is a great, he is Bhagwan, he is that. We are small, little jiva, useless fellow, and we only at his feet we have to be. Only a Vedanti has a dareness and courage to say that I and the Lord are one. Is it not? Others को डर ही लगता है, दूर रखते हैं, दूर रहते हैं. How much subtlety if it is there that one can accept the possibility, accept it is ultimate, and pray for this to happen. That I enter you, you enter me, both of us. Avayoho ekatvam eva astu. May we always remain as one. Now, this is the background of entire Vedanta. We are always one with Brahma Tattva. The Jiva Bhava is only the sense of separation, which is strengthened by the value given to upadhis and the things of the world, which are at the ultimate level projection, imagination only on the Brahma Tattva. Now, each of these sentences we have to sort out. That is the meaning of becoming deeper in the Vedantic approach of truth and liberation. That won't happen overnight. We have to spend lives, years. Which lives, years? In which totally the Laukika Prajna is given up, all the three Ashanas are given up, totally dedicated, like a scientist. His dedication of 20 years makes him discover the principle. Which type of dedication? Not the distractible dedication, not lazy dedication, not the entertainment oriented. That dedication which has transcended already all this. Is it not? That is what. And this is done by everyone in their own respective fields. When you see those contractors, mestris, and laborers, that day when they put the slab, they do this. They come 8 o'clock, have little food, not much. They are pakka. 2 o'clock again will have lunch, 1:32. These 4.5, 5 hours, if you see them, without any distraction. They have a lot of habits. They have drink habit, they have the smoking habit. बीच में बीड़ी पीने का होता है, बैठ लेते हैं, पानी पीते हैं, गप्पे मारते हैं. During putting that slab, that request, that work has to so fast to be done. Systematically, the machine is mixing the concrete, cement, and all of that. Then put it there, and they put it. Every banda so systematically. देखते देखते आपको 8-10 घंटे में वो सारा बन जाता है. They are doing it ananya bhaven. So to those who lay the roads, those who lay the railway tracks, you might have seen them. For those 6-7 hours, exclusion of everything else, they are only on that work. And the best example is at the rainy season's beginning, all the farmers and the farmer laborers, when they put the saplings and all, those 3-4 days, दुनिया और कुछ नहीं रहता उनको. गए सुबह से दोपहर तक, थोड़ा खाए, फिर शाम तक, रात को नहीं कर सकते. नेक्स्ट डे देखो, then the cover remaining place. That type of dedication gives us a result. Clear? Now let us do the next portion of this Chaturtha Anuvaka. Here also some more beautiful things are asked. We'll chant them now. Tasmin sahasra shakhe nibhagaham tvayi mruje swaha yathapa pravatayanti यथा मासा अहर्जरम एवं मां ब्रह्मचारिणः धातरायन्तु सर्वतः स्वाहा प्रतिवेशोऽसि प्रमाभाहि प्रमापद्यस्व. This mantra, fourth of this fourth anuvaka, is same as what was said, as if the summary of it with one or two more things added. We will straight away study this with Bhashya to save our time. Ki first sentence is Tasmin Sahasra Shakhe Nibhagaham Tvayi Murje Swaha. Swaha is the only to say Ahuti are offered in the Yajna. Because this word Swaha only, these mantras are called as Japa Homa Artha mantras. Therefore, this has become Homa Artha Upasana for Sri Kama. Earlier one Swaha is not there. Therefore, Japa mantra they are for Medha Kama. So beautiful meaning. Look at the mantra. Here, Ni goes, the letter Ni goes with Mruje. So that was Nimruje. कान ही पुर वाला याद है? मैं कानपुर का हूं, कान ही पुर का हूं. तो कानपुर का तोड़ दिया, कान इधर हो गया, पुर हो गया, बीच में ही आ गया. कानपुर का ही हूं, instead of that कान ही पुर का हूं. In the same way, Ni Mruje is the word. But Ni in the beginning, Mruje end, in between other words are added. So you have to be wise enough to add them. Bhagavan Shankara guides us. So Nimruje is a word. What is the meaning of it? We are going to say now. So Nimruje is one word. Bhaga is another word. Aham is the another word. Tvayi is another word. Tasmin Sahasra Shakhe another word. So the total thing is Tasmin Sahasra Shakhe Tvayi He Bhaga Aham Nimruje. This is the main sentence. He Bhaga means He Pujavan. It was there in the earlier mantra. Bhaga means Bhagavan, Pujavan, or respected reverential Lord. Who is Lord here? Omkar. Who is Oma? The pratik of Parabrahma at the experiential level, pratik of the Akshara Brahma at the Upasana level. अल्टीमेट गोल लेवल में पर ब्रह्म है, उपासना लेवल में क्षर ब्रह्म है. What is क्षर ब्रह्म? That Ishvara who has all the powers of Icha, Jnana, Kriya, Shakti and all the three Shaktis of Sattva, Rajas, Tamas, with which he is doing Srishti, Sthiti, Laya and Sthiti Kala. He is giving phala of Papa and Punya to the Pavatma, Punyatma and phala of the sadhana to sadhakas. To that Lord is addressed. What he said, He Bhaga, तस्मिन् त्वयि सहस्र शाखे. In your this sahasra shakhas, by doing upasana, aham, I am nimruje, washing off. Obviously, what is washed off? All the mela or dirt. What is mela and dirt? All the vasanas are the papa. So, by worshipping you, O Lord, who are in the thousands of forms, I am purifying myself. Hey Bhaga, तस्मिन् सहस्रशाके त्वयि aham nimruje swaha. So therefore, all the wealth is used only to do the yagna yaga, only for nimarjanam. Nimruje is nimarjanam, sammarjanam. Marjanam means cleaning. Marfing, the English word came from marjanam, Hindi. मार्पिंग कहते ना, माप लगाते हिंदी में कहते हैं पोछा, मॉपिंग. पोछा क्यों लगाते हैं? पोछने के लिए नहीं, साफ करने. सो टू मृजो मीन्स मार्जनम मीन्स क्लीनिंग. Therefore, why the wealth? For doing swahakara means yagniyaga. Why the yagniyaga? To get the swarga, to get the bhoga. No, no, no. Twahi nimruje. Twahi, by using all these upasana prakriyas, by using all the things I asked and you gave me, I do only yagniyaga. The purpose of all of that is purification of my heart. Why murje? What is the purification here? No value importance to the world means free from the imaginary ragadveshas. Imaginary ragadvesha means unnecessarily the mind is disturbed and made into a mood called raga and dvesha. That is creating samsara. Like the water unnecessarily took the form of depression and became a cyclone and hit the shores and coasts. How tough it was, how difficult it is. सेम वे शांत मन बेकार में राग द्वेष वाला हुआ, फिर जीवन सत्यानाश. नथिंग बट राग द्वेष इज लाइक a depression and cyclone. You know, you can see the depression cyclone happening to Pururava yesterday. Today also we'll see. That impurity should be removed. Mind is calm and quiet, aiming at God, reaching God, establishing in God. That's it. Baki sab bakwas. Knowing that everything is bakwas is purity of heart. When everything is important, the heart is so polluted. Heart means antakarana. So, then this is the mantra. Tasmin sahasra shake he bhaga tasmin tvayi aham nimruje. I have to be purified. This is one prayer. Second, yatha apaha pravatayanti. Yatha pravata apaha yanti. Just like the flowing water goes. Goes where? Up, 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 up. Do you ever see the water going up? Except some exclusive places where gravitational pull is everywhere. Water always goes down. Just like the water always finds the Nimnasthana and goes. One example. These two examples are given for what we are going to see. Just like the water goes down, so too, yatha masa aharjaram, just like the days and months merge in the year. In the same way, as I said earlier, the brahmacharis from all directions should come to me. Evam mam brahmacharinah he dhata ayantu sarvataha. O Lord, let brahmacharis come from all directions to me, like the months merge in years, like the rivers flow to the down. Means what? I must become so qualified to love and teach the youngsters the Brahma Vidya so beautifully that I become so famous and they come from all directions towards me like the water. डिग 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 नीचे जाता ही रहता है. So every parent in the entire country should be very clear. Like nowadays, many parents are clear to join their students in which school or college because they know about the famousness or greatness of that institute. They can afford the money. They've decided. अब 10th के बाद मेरे बच्चे को स्कूल में डाल रहा हूँ, डाल ही देते हो. In the same way, I must become such a great guru of teaching Brahma Vidya. Every parent must send the children only to me. Children also should like to come to me. Then when they come to me, not only Brahma Vidya, but all the qualifications required for Brahma Vidya also I train them. Not only that, देखो बच्चे उनको विद्या के साथ थोड़ा चारों तरफ अच्छी चीजें हैं तो और आनंद होते हैं ना. तो दिस गुरु इज नॉट ए सीरियस टफ टास्क मास्टर टू किल दोज चिल्ड्रन विथ हिज डिसिप्लिन. ही विल गिव देम लव, ही विल गिव देम अच्छा खाना, he will take care of them, he will protect them. If the pair children have to say that I will love my guru and stay with him and I will not come to home during holidays, the teacher must have proved to be more loving than parents. May I become like that and may the children come to me, youth from all direction. That is the prayer. And who can do like this? Only the one who has experienced the truth and the one who knows only knowing the truth is liberation and the one who has got all the willingness with all the love to serve the youth or the world by spiritual progress. And he has that readiness, willingness. बहुत लोग परमात्मा को जानने का तो रुक जाते हैं. दे आर नॉट इंटरेस्टेड इन टेलिंग अदर्स और गाइडिंग आर अदर्स. इट्स एक्स्ट्रा एफर्ट. But only people like Puja Gurudev and all, they start institutions and then keep on giving chance to those who want to take. No, here the Guru is not asking the youngsters to come to do his malish, to do his massage, to do all the bhiksha and give him food so that he can eat and sleep. No guru worthy imagines the disciple should come to him to give money or to give this or that. Nonsense. Every guru expects disciple to come only for learning Brahma Vidya, get mukta. And those gurus who are not in that goal, they may expect. Let more youngsters come and through them I get lot of money or bhiksha. He is not guru, he is a businessman. See Puja Gurudev. Lakhs and lakhs, all of us associate with him. He never expected from any one of us anything for him personal. Through the samstha, you purify yourself. Through purification, you know the truth. You know, with little study of Shastra only, we get inclined in our attachment with the ultimate goal. Gurudev like people when they are fully engrossed in the bliss of it. Can they think of anything else to give to children? यूथ इम्पॉसिबल. तो इस ब्रह्मचारी से हो ही नहीं सकता. अगर ऐसा और कुछ गुरु बता रहे मतलब ही डिड नॉट एक्सपीरियंस हिमसेल्फ. दिस इज ओनली केस वेयर इट कैन हैपन. सो यथा आपः प्रवतायन्ति यथा मासा हर्जरम एवं माम ब्रह्मचारिणः ये दाता आयन्तु सर्वतः. देन एज इट वाज सेड अर्लियर मंत्र तस्मिन् ऊपर वाला कि the mantra was like, no, Shreyanu, Tanto Abaga Pravisani, Samabaga Pravisha Swaha. Same mantras here also. Prativeshosi, Pramabahi, Pramapadyasva. This Prativeshosi is the word so beautiful. In this, the conviction of the disciple or the student about the glory of the Omkar and Brahma Tattva. Prativeshosi prapahi prapadyasva. Oh, wonderful. You have to have different heart to feel the meaning in these three words. What are they? Kala jo? Abhi nahi hoga. Tomorrow we'll see. Om, 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 Om. Om 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 पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो परमर्षिभ्यो परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे याज्ञवल्क्य वैशंपायन वेदव्यास आद्य शंकरा अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। तत्सत् ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु। Thank you, friends. Today we had our class with a lot of introduction, but we touched the subject also. And I'm sure you are so kind that you don't have any other funny feelings in the mind of worries, anxieties. स्वामी जी जल्दी जल्दी खत्म करो किताब, हो गया खत्म, चले जाओ।